And launching on February 8th, we have Rolling Heights. And this plays 2 to 4 players and takes about 45 to 60 minutes to play. And this is coming from the designer John DeClaire, who is an excellent designer, but he's more famous for creating card crafting games where you're actually building up the cards throughout the game. He's also had his hand in a few other excellent games like Space Base and Cubitos. And this one is completely different from all of those. And this is a competitive game where players are contractors back in the 1920s, and players are going to be trying to gain different resources like steel, wood, glass, and concrete in order to build different buildings, secure different plots of lands, and eventually build skyscrapers. And in order to do all this, players are going to need some workers, and this game has a really interesting mechanism with how it incorporates those workers into this game. In order to gain your workers for your round, you're actually going to be rolling meeples. And any meeples that land right side up are going to be your hardest working meeples, and any that land on their side are going to be less hard working. But then the ones that land completely flat on their back are going to be completely out of commission. They've called in sick today, and they are not going to help you on your work efforts. But the nice thing about that is that you can put meeples off to the side and re-roll your remaining meeples until you have at least half of your meeples standing up and off to the side. And then at that point you can make the decision if you want to roll further. And this is the point where the game turns into a bit of push your luck, because if at any point all your meeples land face down, then all your meeples go on strike, and you're going to lose half of your standing up meeples. And with this really interesting push your luck mechanism with the meeple rolling, as well as the beautiful components and buildings, as well as the really nice artwork from one of my favorite board game artists, Concise, it's no surprise that this one is our Discord pick of the week. And don't forget, if you want to vote on the upcoming weeks, this post gets auto-generated every Wednesday, so you can see which games are coming up, and you can also vote for the one that you're most excited about. I have links to the Discord in the description below, and I do have all notifications turned off by default so that you don't get spammed. But if you do want to get notifications of posts like this, just go ahead and check out the Rolls channel, because you can go ahead and just click on these different emojis to opt into whatever notifications that you do want to get. And players will be using those workers to gain different resources, which they can use to purchase different plots of land out on the board, securing that for themselves. And then also using those resources to build different buildings on those plots of land, which will gain them prestige, as well as new workers to help you construct even larger buildings. And if you're anything like me, you might have cringed at the first sight of this game, because just imagining any of these buildings getting knocked over does seem like quite a mess. But if you look closely on these images, you can see that there is a bit of a tongue and groove for these cubes to interlock between each other. So it looks like this issue was addressed, and with that change, I think these will be pretty difficult to knock over, so I don't think that fiddliness is too much of a concern.